Welcome back once again to Red River Gorge. Good morning, everybody. Back in Red River Gorge today. Gonna be taking you out to Hanson's Point. Parking for this hike, you'll either want to park at the Gray's Arch parking area or at the Pinchford parking area. Pinchford crosses Tunnel Ridge Road almost right between the two. So if you park at Pinchford parking, just follow Pinchford, which is the shelter we trace from the parking area. It pretty much follows right along the left side of Tunnel Ridge Road. Or if you park in Gray's parking area, just make the short road walk back up to where Pinchford crosses Tunnel Ridge Road. It's about halfway between the two parking areas. And we're going to follow Pinchford out towards Rough Trail. Pinchford is part of the shelter we trace, so you'll get to see these guys for a couple miles. At a quarter mile in, we'll have our first intersection. This is where Rush Ridge Trail meets Pinchford. You'll want to stay to your right and continue to follow Pinchford. At just over a mile in, if you look down to your right, you see a large flat area, well-established campsite. This is technically an illegal campsite due to its proximity to the trail, but this is one I wish that the Forest Service would put some fire rings and stuff in and make an actual campsite, because it's an ideal location. Just after recording that clip about the campsite, realized that probably couldn't be a campsite either, because you can't have fire within 100 feet of the rock shelter, so not sure you can get any fire rings down there on that far side or not. Oops. At a mile and a quarter in, we meet our next intersection. This is where Buck Trail comes across from Coomer Ridge. If you make a right, you could cut over to Coomer Ridge. But on today's hike, we're going to stay straight on the shelter we trace, Pinchford Trail, and make our way towards Rough Trail. For the arch hunters, if you'd like to see a small arch you've probably never heard of before, a couple hundred feet past the intersection of Buck Trail to Pinchford, the trail will start downhill, and you'll see the end of the rock shelter to your left come to an end. And we'll work our way around this rock shelter back to the left, back towards the way we came, and check out Upper Arch. Hi there, friend. Being as coming to this arch is all off trail, be prepared for a little rhododendron bushwhack. Once the rhodo opens up and you get underneath the rock shelter, come down about 50 feet or so, and here is Upper Arch. Even though Upper Arch is the only arch in this rock shelter, it still has a lot of great geology and color, and is worth checking out while you're down here. those who decide to check out Upper Arch, just backtrack the way you came, back to the end of the rock shelter, and back around to Pinchford Tap. Just keep in mind, when off trailing, you are likely to get a little bit dirty. Now back to your regularly scheduled program. At approximately 1.8 miles into the hike, we'll reach our next intersection. This will be the intersection of Pinchford Tap and Rough Trail. Rough Trail and the shelter we trace keeps going kind of straighter to the right. We want to make a left on the Rough Trail back in the direction of Gray's Arch as we're starting into the third week of July. Some rhododendron are in full bloom, some are still to bloom, and some have already ran their course. After a short downhill on the Rough Trail from Pinchford Tap, the trail will kind of level off for a minute, kind of come into a turn. You'll see an old deadfall here and a user trail just past it. That'll be the unofficial user's trail out to Hanson's Point. But first, for the arch hunters, let's go see another small arch you've probably never heard of. To see this arch, follow past the Hanson's Point trail on around Rough Trail. You can see it here behind me. Come downhill here a couple hundred feet, and whenever you get to the rock shelter, you can look up, and right here it is. This is Pinchford Arch. It is visible from Rough Trail, and if you was to want to go see it from the other side, you can work your way up through here and up into the rock shelter and come in behind the arch, which is pretty photogenic from that side. To save time today, I'm going to skip that and head on out to Hanson's Point. And now back to your regularly scheduled program. Even though this is a highly trafficked user trail, it does cut through a pine thicket, so the trail isn't really all that wide for the most part. At 2.2 miles into the hike, you'll exit the pine thicket into a clearing. And this is the first area of campsites. As you work your way through this area, you'll want to kind of stay to the right and follow the user trail. After a short walk through another little wooded area, you'll come to a smaller campsite this time. You'll want to continue to work your way around to the right of this campsite and on out towards Hanson's Point. At just over 2.5 miles into the hike, you will once again exit the woods into an opening. This is another large camping area. This time, the trail kind of cuts diagonally across the camping area, and it looks like nobody's here, so if people were to be camping here, you'd just have to work your way around them. After another short wood walk from the large campsite, it'll open up into this smaller campsite just before you head downhill towards Hanson's Point. This is a nice clear area, but keep in mind the trail down to Hanson's Point is right there. So if you set up camp here, just be ready for a lot of traffic. As you come down the hill from the last campsite, the woods will start to open up. You'll see the rock outcrop, and this is Hanson's Point. Even though this rock outcrop is pretty wide, if you're hiking with your fur baby, I'd suggest put them on a leash just in case. Hanson's Point is arguably some of the best views in the gorge, and from here you can see several key features looking across, almost straight across from the point. Here you have Half Moon Rock just to the left of that. Here is Chimney Top, way off in the distance just to the left of Chimney Top. That is Cloud Splitter, and as you pan on around, of the winter time you can see it, but today you can't. The Red River runs right through here. Right in this area is the Suspension Bridge parking area. Panning on around to the left, you have Revenue's Rock, and just to the left of that is Pinchford Gap. Since this is the midpoint of the hike, I think I'll enjoy Hanson's Point for a few minutes. Stop, take a little break since I'm the only one here. This is the upside to hiking through the week in the gorge. Well, it sounds like the weather's getting here a little earlier than it's supposed to, so my little break at Hanson's Point is going to get cut short. To get back to the car, shortest route, going to backtrack the way we came. As you make your way back out to Rough Trail, we're going to take a left up back towards Pinchford. You'll come up the hill back to the intersection here at Pinchford. Rough Trail will continue around to the left. We are going to make a right back uphill on to Pinchford, back towards Tunnel Ridge Road. As we approach the intersection of Buck Trail and Pinchford, we want to stay to the right, continue to follow Pinchford back out to Tunnel Ridge Road. For the folks who like or need cell phone service while they hike, this hike's pretty much all ridge top, so you'll have service the entire trip. If arches ain't your thing, or if you don't feel comfortable going off trail, just bypass the two off trail arches that I mentioned in the video and enjoy the hike out to Hanson's Point. At approximately 5.2 miles, we'll make it to the next intersection. This is where Rush Ridge runs into Pinchford. We'll stay straight on Pinchford and back out to Tunnel Ridge Road. Making it back just as it's starting to rain. Back out to Tunnel Ridge Road. If you parked at Pinchford, make a left, work your way back to the parking area. I parked at Gray's Arch parking. I'll make a right, head on down to the truck for you. I beat the rain back to the truck, so the only wet I wound up today was from perspiration. Perspiration? Just so you're sweating, fatty. Rude. I hope you enjoyed today's adventure out to Hanson's Point. According to Guy, we got in 5.5 miles. I'll pop up a screenshot of the route. If you would, give me a like, subscribe. It's supposed to be nice out this week, so hopefully I'll get a couple adventures in. And I'll hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching.